So let's talk about public execution in London. So I've already mentioned Newgate Prison, the notorious Newgate, which you can see in this image here, the brickwork of Newgate Jail. And public executions or public hangings used to take place in Tyburn, which is where Hyde Park now is. Although they were moved from the late 1780s up until 1868, when public execution was actually outlawed, to a space outside Newgate Jail, where there is now a very pretty fountain. And as you can see in this engraving here, these people are being hanged in front of a huge mob of onlookers. And that's because hangings were like public days out. People would come, they'd bring their families, they'd bring picnics, and they would get very drunk in one of the ale houses, including the famous Magpie and Stump, which is a tavern which still stands on its original site. You can go to the Magpie and Stump and have a lovely modern beer and a meal. But in the days of public executions, it was the best vantage point for anybody who wanted to watch a good hanging, like the one you can see here. And they would even serve up a so-called hangman's breakfast in the morning to those that had been out all night carousing and enjoying the day of hanging, because it really was like an event, to be honest. Also, the Magpie and Stump would serve up the last drink to the condemned man or woman, a last mug of ale, perhaps. After 1868, it's not like public executions stopped. Public executions did stop in terms of executions being shown to the public, but they were instead transferred to inside Newgate Jail, and they still carried on up until the 1960s when capital punishment was finally outlawed in this country. They just took place within the prison walls. And in terms of Newgate here, they would have taken place up until 1902, when Newgate Prison was finally closed.